Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I am doing a YouTube made me buy it video. So these are fragrances that, I heard other people rave about them and chose to buy them, and some of them were absolute loves, like major loves, like I'm so in love with them. And then other ones are like, I can't stand them. Like it makes me do this with my face. So I'm gonna share a bit of both. And before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. Just make it happen. Become part of the Weird and Wonderful family. I would love to have you join the community. And without further ado, let's get into this. Now, actually, before we start, I just want to talk about my hair. Now, just bear with me, because over the next little while, I'm trying out the curly girl or the wavy girl method. So when I get out of the shower, my hair has quite a lot of wave in it, and so I want to try go without heat products and styling products, and try these different methods to see if I can get a bit of wave in my hair. Because somehow deep down inside, I want to look like a woodland queen with kind of like natural waves. And so anyway, I'm trying this new method, and so far it's a disaster, and it's frizzy and stringy looking and kind of weird, but I kind of still like it. So maybe it won't work, but I want to give it a good month. So bear with me in my weird hair over the next little while. Not that you even care, but I'm just putting it out there because I'm a bit self-conscious. Okay, starting with the first one. This was probably the most hyped fragrance, and the one that talked about it the most was Demi Rawling. And she made me want to buy it. Like, I love the way so many YouTubers describe fragrance. It's so fun. And this one was Miami Glow by J.Lo. Now, she said this smelled so good. Coconut, like what I got out of this is the ultimate coconut beachy scent. And so I was super pumped. And so finally I bit the bullet and bought it. And I was so disappointed. Like, I was expecting like major coconut, like everything sunny in a bottle, and what I get is more of a clean, soapy fragrance. So not even a shampoo vibe, but just soapy. It smells strong soap to me, and very little coconut, so very fragrant. This is something that I think would give me a headache if I wore it to the beach. So I tried this many times. Someone recommended that you turn the bottle or like squirt out about 20 pumps of this stuff and shake the bottle up, because they tend to be a little older. And that didn't work for me. It seemed a bit better, but it still was just so soapy clean, and it just wasn't what I was anticipating. So tons of people love this fragrance, and I've heard that there's different formulations of this. So some people say it's soapy, some people say it's like the best beach scent ever. Maybe I just got a soapy one, or maybe that's what my nose perceives, but this is a definite miss for me. It's also a miss for me because I hate this little dingly dangly thing. This is supposed to be a bracelet. There's no way it would fit my big wrists. So maybe I could wear it on 2 toes, but I certainly couldn't wear it on a wrist. I think you take it apart, so obviously it's not that small. that would work as a rig. Hey, there you go. I could wear it as some sort of weird rig, but I don't like the dingly dangly thing. It's an awkward bottle to hold. So just the way it's shaped, I find it awkward. And then the cap is just this little plastic thing. And then the sprayer on this is abysmal. So this was the biggest disappointment ever. I know some of you love it, and I'm glad it worked for you. And again, this is all so subjective. So, some people might think that this is a gorgeous, sleek bottle. They love the vibe of it. Totally the case. Let's face it, all of us have different taste in our house, in our clothing, in our everything. So for me, this just isn't my vibe. And yeah, for whatever reason, you know, I could have gotten over the vibe of the bottle had the scent worked for me, but it just smells too soapy clean. And so when I have it on, just makes me feel a little bit sick. And I tried it in the major heat, like someone suggested that. Tried it when it got hot, and it's not for me. One that is a major hit is Sophia by Sophia Vergara. Now this one, I think it's MJ, like Maria from It's MJ. She talked about this. And also, just so you guys know, It's MJ has started her own jewelry company, and she has amazing pieces. Unfortunately, she doesn't ship internationally yet, but for those of you that are in the States, it's high quality jewelry. Her pieces are beautiful. It's got a really cool vibe, like all funky. And I'm just really impressed with what I'm seeing, and I'm so happy for her that she's like going for it, living her dream. So I'll leave a link to her company below and go check her out. I'm not sponsored or anything like that, but she's a fellow perfumista and she started her own business. So like, let's support her. So if you feel inclined to buy some jewelry, go check her out. But yeah, she talked about this fragrance and she made me want it, and I'm so glad I got it. This was in my very first blind buy haul, and it's been a fast favorite, like one of my favorite fragrances of all times. I just absolutely love this one. So it's got plum in it. I think there's a bit of currant bud, so it's kind of that plummy dark fruit opening, but it's classy, it's feminine, it's cherry. Like, this fragrance always puts me in a good mood. I just feel like you can't help but feel happy in this fragrance, but it's also got this classy vibe that's Coco Mademoiselle-esque. So somehow it's got that same sort of vibe, but just a cheerier, younger version. Some people say that this is like a cross between Coco Mademoiselle and La Vie est Belle. And I can see that. But honestly, I almost think it's better than both of them. And it's a fraction of the cost, like it's $30. So this is fast becoming, like this would be in my top 10 for sure, if not my top 5, because I just so enjoy wearing this one. So definitely check this one out. Now the next one that was a miss, like a fairly major miss, although I still want to try give it a chance, but it's just not working for me, and that is Fatale Intense by Agent Provocateur. Now this one, again, Demi Rawling talked about this one tons, but then who made me want to buy it was Gabby from the Fragrantician. And I just love, well, she's so saucy and awesome. Like, I just love her. Go check her out for sure. But she talked about this, and she just talked it up so well that I had to get it. So I found it for $15 at my local Winners, and this one reminded me a lot of Angel. And so that's probably why Gabby likes it, because she really loves Angel. This one, it smells quite patchouli-esque, but there is supposedly no patchouli. So I don't know what the deal is with this one. There's pink pepper in. For all intents and purposes, it smells like something I should like, but there's something about it that I just makes me feel a little bit sick. So in the fall, I'm going to give myself a good spray in this for a day and just see. I haven't done that so far because I find the scent challenging enough that I'm scared that it'd just make me quite sick. That said, it's really, like, it's a nice smell. Like, it's a nice smell. It just somehow doesn't agree with me, but I still want to try this one a little bit more. So we'll see what happens, but definitely YouTube made me buy this one. Now the next one, being I talked about Gabby from the Fragrantician, one that she talked about that I bought as well, and that was a major hit, was Trussardi's Donna. Now, I heard several different people talk about this one, but the way she described it just totally reeled me in. And so I got this one, and first of all, I absolutely adore the bottle. So it's just this smooth, almost milky looking glass. I love the glass, and it's slightly translucent, like it's mainly opaque, but a little bit translucent. And I love the gold detailing on the sides, the gold writing. The cap is gorgeous. It's got this kind of stamp in it, like engraving, and it's super heavy, and it makes that sound when you put it back on. And I don't know why, but I really love it. So first of all, love, love, love the packaging. Super classy, totally up my alley. But beyond that, the fragrance is just stunning. In fact, this is going to be right up there with this as far as one of my favorite perfumes ever. I love it. So this has some vanilla in the base, but to me it comes across more like a whipped cream with vanilla in it. So it's more of a creamy slash vanilla feel to it. And then there's lemon and yuzu in the opening. So what I get is kind of a sweet tart citrus. It smells like lemon custard or lemon pie filling. But because of that creaminess and a little bit of that floral, it smells really sophisticated. So to me, this gives me kind of that fresh citrus uplifting vibe. It's not cloying in the heat, but there's enough substance to this fragrance that to me this smells super classy. It's a little bit more complex. Like, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. This is one that's gotten me compliments, and one person actually asked me, like, what is it? And they wanted me to send the information because they loved it that much. So this is definitely a keeper for me. The next one that started out as a miss and became a major hit is Amythest by Lalique. Now this one came highly recommended by Demi Rawling again. So she talked about this one as being like a really gorgeous perfume that smelt expensive but was more affordable. And I believe that this smells similar to Meliora by Parfums de Marly, except this one came first. Apparently Meliora was kind of based on this fragrance. So if that gives you an idea of what it smells like, apparently Meliora has a little bit more raspberry in it. I think it may be sweeter. I'm not sure. I've never smelled that one. But anyway, you get the idea. So this one, when I heard about it, and actually Lori bought it, she didn't like it, so she passed it on to me. But I was gonna buy it, and the reason why is it just sounded like it was gonna be this major sweet fruit bomb. So I was super pumped about it. The notes sounded like blackcurrant, blackberry, blueberry, like it just sounded delicious. So I was really shocked because it was quite green. So it was very unique. At first I'm like, oh, this smells outdated to me. Like I just kind of wrote it off. But actually it just smells unique more than anything. This one, it was not my typical go-to. So like I really like this because it's sweet and fruity. This was a complete departure. This smelt more like no sugar added. So it smelt like fruits, but it smelt like fruits, leaves, stems, all muddled together, or like you're out when it's damp out, like early in the morning, and you're picking berries and you can smell the berry, but you can also smell the wood and the leaves. That's the vibe I get out of this one. I always say that I think a beautiful woodland princess would wear this fragrance. So that won't be me, but yeah, like I just think it's beautiful. I find this one refreshing. I find it calming, like kind of like it's rejuvenating, it's cooling somehow. It's not cloying, and I just think it's beautiful. Like, it's really nice in the heat, but you can wear this anytime really. So yeah, I really enjoy this one. I also really enjoy wearing this one to bed because it is so kind of relaxing and spa-like. So this, although at first I'm like, because it was different than what I was used to, I ended up absolutely loving this one. This one is probably the least safe blind buy ever though. Like, I wouldn't recommend this if you're not a fan of green, or, you know, if you're normally a sweet girl, this wouldn't be your vibe. Now the next fragrance Came highly recommended by so many different YouTubers I'd watched. This one was considered to be like such an awesome coconut fragrance, and I'm kind of on the hunt for like a coconut pina colada fragrance. So I was super excited about this one, and it was a total fail for me, and it was the Harakuju Lovers Electric G. So yeah, it's the one with the huge doll kind of attached to it. I just got the tester. I've tried this quite a few times. This one is a definite no for me. So this one just smells very chemically to me. So I get such, like, it's so synthetic that it's like super chemical. Smells like, to me, a pamper, like a coconut, like a synthetic coconut powder in a pamper. Like, even I tried spraying it yesterday, the projection is fantastic. Like, I did one spray on my arm and I kept on going, ugh, what is that? And it was this. And so it smells like that, or like, yeah, like when things are scented that shouldn't be scented, like Kleenexes or like baby wipes or anything of that nature. That's what this kind of reminds me of. And I can't, it's just too synthetic for me. A little bit plasticky. I am not smelling what everyone else smells. So maybe I got a bad one, but this one just is a massive pass, total regret, never gonna do it again. Yeah, you get some major hits and you also get some epic fails. So that's life. Now the last one I have to share for you was not a video that I watched, but it was a bunch of subscribers when I did my Scandal video and compared the Scandal, So Scandal with the original Scandal and talked about the two of them. People really highly recommended Scandal à Paris, especially Julie from Quebec. So she like just talked this one up so much, and she put something in my Instagram as well and just said, you've got to try it. And so I did, and I'm so happy I did actually. At first I was unsure because it definitely has more honey. Like the So Scandal doesn't have any honey, and honey sometimes is weird for me. Sometimes I perceive honey as kind of a pea, like a pea smell. I think that's the issue. But as I was smelling this, I'm like, no, this smells like honey. So what I find on my skin is that I really love the pear, I love the jasmine, and the honey I tolerate more, but the more I've worn this, the more I love smelling it. And the exciting thing about this one is this is the first perfume that I've put on and my husband's gone, what are you wearing? He never does that, and he did that for Scandal à Paris. So he was like, what are you wearing? And I said, I'm wearing this one. And I said, do you like it? And he goes, yeah, it smells really fresh. So he must have been noticing that pear opening. So I really like this one. I find it invigorating. I love the pear. I've tried this in the super hot weather, like, you know, 35-ish is super hot for us. And even in that weather, I didn't find this overly cloying somehow. But when I smelt my skin or would catch a whiff of it, I just really liked it. It's not super sexy, but it's definitely got an alluring quality to it. A bit sensual and, well, typical for Jean-Paul Gaultier, right? So I'm definitely happy that I have this one in my collection. And so thank you to all of you for suggesting it. And that is it. Those are my YouTube made me buy it fragrances, especially from the past little while. Yeah, some great ones, some not so great ones, and that's the gamble that you take, right? I guess. Now that our restrictions have lifted, I can see myself doing a lot less blind buying. That said, there's always going to be fragrances that I can't smell in store, and so I'm going to take a risk here and there, because that's just, yeah, like recently I got Black Perfecto because I couldn't smell it in the store anywhere. So I thought, oh, I'd give it a chance, and I got it for a good deal, and I'm glad I tried it. So that's it for today. I hope that you have an amazing week. Tell me what your best blind buy was, and what your worst blind buy was. So what was your fail and what was your absolute massive hit where you're like, I can't believe I got this gem. I would love to know. And that's it. Have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.